finished, so it's all good. Great job. So yeah, I really enjoyed the performance. Obviously, it's a difficult piece. So with time constraints, I'm just going to give you some real quick notes.
Okay.
I also wrote a couple things on the part because I figured it's copies, and you know,
Right,
like
yeah.
if you are offended, I apologize. I'm lying over copies.
You're okay.
Okay, so check it out. So the one thing you just got to watch is you got that core rhythm that plays a lot in this dun 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 da 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 da. What's happening is there were moments where the da 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 would rush a little, or it was just a little choppy.
Okay.
So what I would recommend on a piece like this that's so repetitive with that rhythm is that would be a great thing to just put into an 8-measure check pattern and sit and jam with 16th notes on a metronome. Just so it's so in your blood, you're never going to make it choppy again.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that would be my suggestion for that. You know, it happened enough that it was noticeable. So like if it were a couple times, I would have said, okay, cool, but like it was noticeable, like that would be a good fix, just because that was like one thing I felt, you know, that could have been a little bit tighter. And that's a tricky rhythm too with the eanda. One other thing I wrote, so you don't have music. So at 42, when you're doing da 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 da, and then you have that bum 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 bum. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Be careful. There were a couple times your left hand was just getting a little off of what your right hand was doing.
Okay.
So again, even though they're playing split, make sure you think of it as a vertical rhythm. That you're lining everything up vertically, so that those bass notes are lining up with the right hand, and then you don't feel like, oh, the bass line's rushing ahead a little bit, and then it kind of rubber banded back to where it was. Okay, so and that was like at 42, and then I noticed it a little bit later on. So the biggest noticeable thing that you could just work on tightening up, that 7/8 section where you're doing all of the rotations. You're really close on it. The issue you're having is as you rotate the end of each one of those, you're pushing those last two higher notes slightly faster.
Okay.
So it's going like da 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 da, and so what's happening is like at the end of every single one of them, it's just a tiny bit jumpy. So again, put it on 5% slower, 10% slower with the 16th note metronome, and just smooth the heck out of those. You know, just because it's the same thing. It's so repetitive, and you're having the same thing with it. You know, so that was a little bit choppy. Just it felt like every time you were getting to the high end, you would just nudge. And then it was like, it's in time and now it is. And then it's in time and now it is, you know. And again, this is all super minor detailed stuff. Like I'm being stupid picky right now.
No, that's good.
This is why I do this, you know. So I want you to have the thing. Make sure on the chorale stuff with the rolls, a couple times you started some of them a little loud versus dipping back down and then coming up. So again, just make sure you find the lows and highs appropriately through there. And then, what else did I write? Was that? Oh, I know that 6-tuplet thing is really tough with the rotations. Yeah. Just work on smoothing it out. It was a little choppy, and I know it's weird, especially with those intermouths.
Yeah.
I know, and it's real crushed in. Yeah. The other thing is too, there were a few moments that the low end, the one mallet, felt a little harsh. I don't know if I would switch to a softer mallet because then it might affect the rest of the stuff. Okay. So, I don't know, but that was just something where I was like, they could use a softer mallet, but also is there time for that, you know? But otherwise, great job. Thank you so much. Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good one. Yep.
Thank you, you too.
I apologize, we're so far behind.